All right, guys. I want you to check out what I came across here. A little interview from Chris Mannix from The Zone. He interviewed Freddie Roach, and I want you to see what Freddie Roach had to say.
And yeah, I think it's a great fight. But the thing is, Manny might want to go a little bit maybe higher and fight, Triple G, one of those guys who's supposed to be the best guy in the world today. Because Pacquiao still desires to be the best there is.
Would you put him at 160?
No, I would not.
I was gonna say.
I would not advise him to go 160. No, now we're getting a little crazy. But Manny, you know, putting him at 47 was a risk at one time. When everyone told me, why are you moving him up to 47? And I said, well, he's very natural at that way.
All right, so as you can see, Freddie Roach is basically insinuating that Manny Pacquiao possibly told him that he wants to move up in weight and possibly challenge one of the guys at 160, at least one of the best guys at 160. And obviously, one of the guys that he mentioned was Gennady Golovkin. And then obviously, he goes on to say that if it's for him, he wouldn't want Manny Pacquiao to be moving up to 160. But people thought that it was crazy when Manny Pacquiao moved up to 147 because obviously Manny Pacquiao is a guy who turned pro very small. He was like 112, I believe, and he was fighting at featherweight, super featherweight. And I do remember when he moved up to 147, that was like considered a big jump. And then he became very dominant at 147. So it seems like he's trying to insinuate Freddie Roach that maybe it's not too crazy for Manny Pacquiao to move up to 160. Now, this idea of Manny Pacquiao moving up to 160 would be absolutely insane to me. But I would give Manny Pacquiao so much respect if he were to do something like that. Uh, because he's already done a really amazing things in his career. He's already, in my opinion, a Hall of Famer, and he's already done things that people are gonna look at him 20 years from now as one of the best fighters in boxing, one of the best fighters of all time. Kind of like when you look at Sugar Ray Robinson and guys like that, where years later they talk about the guy and how talented he was. But him moving up to 160 would be absolutely insane. Um, Freddie Roach basically is implying that Manny Pacquiao is, even though he's in his 40s now, he still has that drive to want to be great. Do I personally think that's a good move for Manny Pacquiao? No, because I think it's very dangerous. He's a small guy. Although him being a small guy could be an advantage for him against bigger guys at 160 because he has foot speed. All right, that's the one advantage when you're smaller moving up is you're going to be faster than the guys who are bigger than you because you came from a smaller weight division. And these guys in the bigger weight divisions are used to fighting guys who are slower, right? So you could use your split speed as an advantage. For example, when Manny Pacquiao moved to 147, he was really fast. He came from the featherweight division, so he still had his foot speed and his hand speed, and he was able to take advantage of all the guys that he fought at 147. Do I think this would have this fight is gonna take place? No, but I wouldn't be shocked if it did take place. I was surprised when Manny Pacquiao fought um what you call it Keith Thurman. I thought Manny Pacquiao was gonna retire, but I wouldn't be surprised if he fought somebody like Gennady Golovkin. Um, I want to see him if he does retire soon because I do think he's gonna retire soon. I do want to see him in there against Errol Spence Jr. Uh, one of the welterweights, but it's just commendable if Manny Pacquiao actually does move up to 116, fight somebody like Johnny Golovkin, because that would definitely be a big fight. People would definitely, I would tune in to watch that fight, even though I don't think it's a good idea for someone like Manny Pacquiao because he's a smaller guy. But you never know. That just seeing Freddie Roach say this is kind of crazy to me. But what do you guys think of this about Manny Pacquiao possibly moving up to fight Gennady Golovkin?